Greetings, Twilight Struggle fans, and welcome back to the ITSL All-Star Series here on Action Round Zero. Justin Abramson with you once again. We'll get to Mathias Heinze in just a moment. And we've got another all-star treat for you today as Roger Erill from the Torun Conference takes on the Seattle Conference's Max Goldman. Both of these players have had great ITSL seasons thus far and have more than earned their status as captain's picks. Roger is 9-3 so far, sits second in his division, while Max is 12-5 and has had a great run in the New York division, just one win away from locking up a playoff berth. Now, I do want to apologize to our viewers. These games were played in one order, recorded for commentary in a different order, and then broadcasted in a third order. So at the time of this recording, I can't tell you where the series stands. But with all that out of the way, let's lock in on this one, as we've got a couple of great players going at it for conference supremacy right here on Action Round Zero, Twilight Struggle's biggest stage. So let's bring in Mathias now. Mathias, we're watching from Roger's side. He is the USSR for this one. What do you make of his opening hand?
Indeed, thank you so much, Justin. Well, a little light on the ops here, I would say. 3-1 ops and a scoring. Purge is nice to see. Could be a headline. There's the risk of defectors. And a little light on ops if we do decide to headline the Red Scare here. So this could be in Cambridge or
yeah. So I'm a guy, I would just headline Asia, but I'm a conservative player. I'd dump Asia because there's no way I'm getting Dom. I'd probably coup with Purge and go from there. Because usually if you headline Cambridge as the USSR, you're looking for Asia and you're not going to find it. Oh, okay. Looks like Roger wants Cambridge and he's looking for Europe.
Yeah, let's see. He does find it. Okay.
He does. See, there's a great play from Roger that I wouldn't have made.
Yeah, now this is a little awkward because you can put one in France. That's good. Do you then fill France? Potentially Portugal with the risk of being realigned out, or do you coup down here?
Yeah, this is a tough call. Okay, I like this play.
Yeah.
This gives you France.
Yeah.
And so if Max decides to stop Asia Dom, then Roger gets to coup and he keeps France. Or if Max wants to realign, which he may well do, then Roger can score his Asia Dom. So I think this is a good play. You like this too?
I really like this. This is a good fork, I would say, creating two threats simultaneously.
What would you do if you were Max here?
I would probably realign France here.
Yep, I think he would, and that's the right play. Ooh, a bad miss there. Oh, another terrible miss at -2. Oh, he just gets one out.
Oh, that's really unlucky.
That is terribly unlucky. Well, now I think if I'm Roger, I would coup here because we have Truman in our hand. We could get into an ops war for France if we had to. Or you could just score Asia. What would you do?
I think I would be fine cooing Iran here. Maybe not with the 3, or maybe even with the 3. Italy, I'm not sure I would coup Italy. I would be content if it ends up with me having just France here. Also, we control Truman, so we know that's not coming.
Okay, Max is just going to dump all 4 into France, and I think at this point we score Asia, right?
Yeah. We don't really have the hand to fight for France in an ops war like that.
Okay, well, and I literally said right at the start of the game, well, there's no way we're getting Asia Dom with this hand, and sure enough, I was wrong. So even commentators say stupid things sometimes.
Yeah, but well played. But now, so we know Europe is in Max's hand here. There's probably not a lot we can do here to stop that.
Yeah, I think we're just going to have to give up this Dom.
In the meantime, though, do we coup or do we spread into Middle East or Asia?
So Max needs to coup. He needs to coup. He needs to then get to Thailand, and he needs to score Europe. He's got 3 ARs to do it. Now, I think we're definitely giving CIA here. I don't know if I want a coup. I might. Ugh. I don't know. Might go into Pakistan here, but you don't really have a good card to do it with.
Well,
Maybe South Korea. Ugh. I don't know. What would you do, Matthias?
I think I like because I would imagine Max really wants to score his Europe Dom here. So I might go into Pakistan here.
Okay, yeah,
Not with a one though, but on the other hand, playing East European Unrest here leaves us with nothing but one-ups for the rest of the turn. The upside is we'll most likely be able to get rid of CAA here fairly unscathed.
yeah. I think he will. Okay, and Max definitely going to score Europe because if he didn't, Roger could poke France and then poke it again with China if he really wanted to, and Max would not get his Dom.
Yeah.
So I wonder. Okay, he looks like Roger's going to wait till AR6 with CIA, and I think that's fine. Max could coup here. He probably will. He'll probably coup Iraq here. Well, I don't know if you want to coup Iraq with Pakistan open like that.
That's dangerous,
But
but he does take the coup.
yeah, he has to. He has to get his mill ops. Oh, and a big
Yeah.
roll.
Okay. Yeah.
Now we have to give CIA. So,
Yeah.
but Max literally cannot lower DEFCON here. Not that he would want to. I think he probably would want to go one into Pakistan. Would be my guess. Right?
Yeah. 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 I think that makes the most sense here. Um, uh, I don't. I think I might. So everything is scored now. There's no real urgency on any of the regions. I might let, as Roger here, let DEFCON go back up to 4.
I 100% agree with you. I don't like that coup. I would have rather just put one into Pakistan of our own. Lets us fight for Pakistan and India next turn. Meantime, Max now has to worry about DEFCON going to 4, so he's going to be hesitant to go into Thailand. Now Max just takes Thailand and Pakistan. Yeah. I don't like Rogers' play there. I would have liked to see him just get one into Pakistan, but okay. Here we go to turn 2. So a little bit better ops here, it looks like, but still no cards that start with a D.
Yeah, that is true. We do have IP war. That's nice to see. We could could play sock govs, take France with Marshall. That's a play I usually don't hate myself.
Yeah.
NATO's gone. If you can get France by giving up Marshall, I'm usually content with that as the USSR.
Yeah, I hate giving up Marshall as the U.S. in the early war, but the one time when I'm willing to do it is when I'm using it to take France. Sock Govs, now Defectors is around. Let's be clear on that. Sock Govs take France is good here, particularly because Max cannot lower DEFCON. Like I said earlier, he cooed Roger out of Iraq, which actually could be a blessing in disguise for Roger. So Roger will definitely get a coup here. Well, he's getting it anyway because of Defectors. So there goes
Okay.
that. So now what do you coup with? You're going to use a 3-op. And would you coup Panama here or Iran?
I think I would coup Iran. I think I would coup Iran, leave Panama for turn 3, and then hope to get a big roll, maybe increase the odds on the IP war.
Yep. Okay, he does in fact get a big number. Now IP
Yeah.
war looking much stronger. Max should probably take India, but he's also has to worry about Pakistan potentially getting flipped here. So he may.
Also, Nasser is interesting here as Max hasn't gone into Egypt yet.
Yeah, Nasser I think will be a good AR2 play if Max doesn't put 2 in Egypt right here. Max definitely is going to want to get into India. He's going to want to overprotect Pakistan. He's definitely going to want to get to Lebanon. He's definitely going to want to get to Egypt. And he's also definitely going to want to get Algeria. Can't do all those things in one AR.
Like to play 7-ups here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay. yeah, it's a good compromise. So now Archer he does have the 50-50 on IP war here. He could also event Nasser.
I would trigger Nasser here, I think.
Yeah, looks like he's reaching for it. I also like that. This just secures Libya, makes for a really strong Middle East.
Yeah, I like Nasser and then IP War on the next AR. Now, yeah, it may be that IP War now is only going to be a 33% instead of a 50% chance, but just to be able to lock up Egypt and Libya is really nice and really important.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he changed his mind. Oh, okay.
misses. If he'd rolled a 4, he would have looked really smart there, but
Indeed.
he does not. And now Max, I would think, will want to go to Algeria and Egypt. But I think if he had a 4 op, he probably would have played it right there.
Yeah.
I think the only 4 op we have not seen is US Japan.
The USJ, yeah. I think that's the only one.
But if I had it, I would certainly go to Egypt to Algeria. But I don't think Max does.
At this point, I agree with you. I would not give Marshall. I think I would look to space it. Also, no one has tried for the space yet.
Okay, he does go. Yeah, and so Nasser comes out too late. We'll see if that's important later in the game.
Yeah.
I suppose we should note Mathias is a member of the Torun Conference All-Star team. I'm a member of the Seattle Conference All-Star team, so I'm rooting for Max here a little bit, and Mathias, no doubt you're rooting for Roger.
Oh, yeah.
You know we're interested observers here, but still want to call a neutral game wherever possible.
Oh, yeah, we definitely each have a horse in this race. Isn't that the expression?
Yes, that is the expression.
A little bit of inter-conference rivalry or friendly competition here. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, but Matthias, can you comment on that play there? But Roger took Egypt and Syria took Middle East Dom. Wouldn't you have rather taken Algeria?
Yes, I think Algeria is much more. It's the open battleground. I think for some reason, quite often, Algeria gets neglected a little bit.
Yeah,
And not just in this game, but I see it quite often.
I 100% agree with you. In fact, early in my Twilight Struggle career, I would neglect it quite often. And
Yeah,
Max decides to overprotect France instead of going into Algeria. Neither player going for it. Also, CIA is gone, not a factor. I've
yeah.
definitely seen USSR players concede Algeria because they're worried about CIA. That's not a factor here.
Yeah, and Algeria is just one of those really stable or semi-stable, I should say, battlegrounds in Africa.
Yeah, because usually if you're looking to change the balance of power in Africa, you're going to go after one of the one stabs. Usually the first player to take Algeria can keep it for a while. We didn't mention it. So Roger missed on the IP war, but he did hit on the Korean War that Max triggered for him. So I'm sure Roger would have rather hit the other one, but that's still a nice 2VP and a couple of ops saved. Max still with
Yes.
a nice Asia Dom, though, countering Roger's Middle East Dom. But we still have not seen in either player's hand decall or destall. So I assume you're going to
Yeah,
see
and
a
I think,
blockade event here from Roger, right?
oh yeah, I would 100% have ended here. Because I would expect T-stall to come out, which is good. Great having it back in the shuffle. Of course, much better to have it in your hand, but
Yes.
um, I think most of the time that's what blockade is for, getting it out of the US hand in turn 2.
Okay, so we haven't seen decall, destall, or de Gaulle. Another card starts with D. We've seen all the 4 ops except for US Japan.
Yes, Vietnam still yet to be seen as well. Obviously not as important anymore, but so much needed access in the Southeast Asia for Roger here.
And Max is going to give Fidel. Interesting. To go
Yeah.
Laos and Jordan. Okay, Laos is important, and Jordan can be used to fight in the Middle East, but still neither player wants to go Algeria.
Oh, okay, now he does, but
That's a surprise.
I Still think I would have evented blockade here.
We're ripping into both these players for not going to Algeria. Then one of them finally does, and I don't like it. You
Yeah,
can't
not
win
like
with this
this.
commentator crew.
I do agree holding 5-year plan, of course. That's a must here with two unfavorable scorings on the board.
Yes, I definitely like that. Definitely like holding 5-year plan, but I think I would have triggered the blockade event not because you're going to catch a great player like Max with his pants down and get West Germany emptied, but just to see if you can get decall or destall into the reshuffle.
Yes. Yeah.
Even if he dumps De Gaulle or something. Okay, so there's Warsaw. Would you go with a
Yeah.
greedy Warsaw here and go to Yugoslavia to Czech, or
Interesting. Yeah, you know what? I think well, because okay, so that makes it so that he has to spend 2 ups in Europe now to retake Dom, and he cannot fully take Algeria.
correct? He can't take Algeria, or maybe he
Uh,
wanted to take Saudi or Iraq to stop Middle
or
East
exactly
Dom.
stop Middle East Dom, right? Well, technically he can take Jordan and Portugal or
Oh, that's
something.
true. That's true. Yes, he still can do that.
Okay, but he opts to not take Jordan but overprotect France instead, which
Okay.
is
Yeah,
always a
double
smart
overprotected with
play.
De Gaulle coming, and indeed Roger gets it. He also gets decall. Excuse me, gets destall, but not decall. He also gets UN and US Japan, and some pretty
Yes.
mediocre redraws. But okay, getting the lone remaining 4 up, getting De Gaulle and getting destall. That's probably. I'm sure Roger's very happy to see those cards.
Yeah, and seeing UN with USJ here opens up the option of taking Japan with China and stop Asia Dom. I don't know if I would do that, but that's an option. Also, he gets the factors from the redraws. Um, so he's free to headline whatever he likes here.
I think is it just destall though? I think destall is known. So if
It
you
is.
don't headline it and you coup instead, Max is going to go into Colombia and then D-Stall gets a little messier. So I think D-Stall would be my headline here, right?
Yeah, and then take a coup in Panama.
Yep.
Yeah,
With Formosan is probably fine. Formosan doesn't seem like it's going to be that important with how Asia looks at the moment.
yeah,
Although I guess it could be. If you know what, it could be if we take Japan with the China card, then Max could take Taiwan for domination. So Formosan could be important.
that's true. True, good point. And for that reason, we're happy to control it at least.
Yeah. So now Max put a 7th in France. So if he hadn't done that, my headline would have been De Gaulle. But now De Gaulle's
Yeah.
not as good. Do we really want to fight an ops war in France?
Truman is gone, but I don't know that I would want to fight. So Max doesn't have any known fours, right? But obviously could have redrawn some. But I still think we have better things to use our ops on, spreading out after the stall, for instance.
100% agree with you. I would much rather concede France to Max and spend my ops spreading out in the mid-war regions where I'm going to be given access with destall. And well, if you roll like that, you can destall whenever you feel like it.
Okay, yeah, that is good.
So Max is going to want to take France back. He's going to probably want to get one into Algeria, and then he's going to want to go Angola. Then Roger will destall. But still, if Roger had destalled in the headline, he would be able to get both Angola and Zaire.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't think De Gaulle was that great there.
No, I think if Max had overprotected it with one less, then I would have considered it too. But okay, now I think it's just destall time.
Yep.
And would you play an aggressive destall here, Justin? For instance, go one to Mexico.
So I'd go. I think I'd go Zaire, Nigeria, Venezuela, Chile. I think that's where I would go. But
Yeah.
I would be open to other choices. I don't love I don't love taking that 5th out of Poland. I would rather, particularly with Warsaw gone, I would much rather take one out of Iran.
Yes, I
I
agree.
also don't think Yugoslavia is that important anymore. So yeah, I think I like that better.
Yeah, I don't think we're fighting for your dominant country count anytime soon.
Oh, I don't like
Like,
this. I want at least two into South America. Oh boy, and then Mexico could just be realigned out. Well, what do you think of this one,
no,
Matthias?
I don't like this either. I don't like this. I would have played a more defensive D-stall. At least one to Chile, and if I go to Mexico at all, I'd only put one there. But I don't even think I would put one. I think I like your idea with say you Nigeria, Venezuela, Chile.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Oh,
Max is going to go influence here. He's going to take Algeria. Okay, Algeria finally taken its turn three AR2, and Algeria is taken.
yeah.
Roger needs to spread out in South America, but he can't.
One.
Yeah, but he's not going to go into Uruguay certainly. So he's going to have to content himself with the top half, and he doesn't want to give Millop, so he can't take Guatemala, Nicaragua, Haiti. So he might get realigned out here.
Yeah. Also, I wonder if Max considered headlining containment there. So far it seemed like it could have been a strong headline.
Yeah, he went CNS instead to get a couple of VPs. We can keep track of how many ops it would have given him. Obviously, CNS had to be an event regardless,
Yeah.
but it would have gotten him one from Olympics, of course.
Um,
Oh, there's a nice
oh,
redraw for Max.
yeah.
So I think you want a space
Uh,
NORAD, right?
yes, I
Um,
definitely want to
you
space
could
NORAD.
you could UN US Japan. Well, oh no, okay. You could UN NORAD and just give US Japan now that Asia's scored.
Is there a world where you hold on to 5-year plan again, or is that a bit of a folly?
Uh 5 year plan in the mid war, I find it can hurt you just as often as it helps you. I wouldn't hold on to 5 year plan, but at the same time, if Max could UN NORAD, he could give US Japan and then use 5 year plan. That gives him 10 ops to work with. But because he didn't go into the bottom half of excuse me, gives Roger 10 ops. Okay,
Yeah.
he didn't go into the bottom half of South America, so he doesn't have as good of places to put his ops. You're really just talking about filling Iraq and Saudi Arabia. Okay, Max is going to space. He's going to hit the roll now, presumably. Yeah, so I guess you could give US Japan and play UN for ops to hold 5 year plan, but I personally wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Some players
No,
would,
I
I would
agree.
not.
Um, yeah, so not that many places to put your ops. Obviously, we put one in Brazil, one more in Venezuela, maybe one in Panama, just to fully VOA proof those regions. But okay, he's considering jamming France here. He's going with it.
Okay. I mean, maybe if he knows all three of Max's cards and they're not good,
Yeah, I
okay.
have not been keeping fully track of Max's hand here, so I'm not sure what he has.
Well, I believe Max has Suez. Okay, that was a redraw.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have a three
Okay.
op, but boy, I really would like to VOA proof South America.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? If we're not prepared to follow the France jam up 100%, then I don't know what it really.
Okay, I mean, I get it. I'm not saying it's bad or wrong. I'm just saying I think we had better. Ugh, okay,
Mm,
that I really don't understand because now you didn't VOA proof South America. You didn't overprotect Zaire, and Max can still fight for France. I don't know. It seems like we're kind of splitting up our focus here a little bit. I think I would have rather focused our ops on one region rather than
yeah,
do a little bit here, a little bit there.
I agree. I agree.
Okay, so that was a known card as well, I believe.
Oh, yeah, right. Yes, we didn't see Vietnam before.
So Roger knew about those two ops, so that's why he did that.
I think
Oh,
you're right. Max is holding on to Suez here, right?
Yes, that's right. Roger didn't know about special, but he knew Suez and he knew Vietnam. So that's
Yeah,
probably
well,
why he went for that jam. And yeah,
here's a nice card to see, especially Central America scoring. And well, still not a lot of access, but Brezhnev is an option.
yeah,
Don't know,
Brezhnev
would
could
you?
be great here. Um,
Yeah,
and then you could presumably space Sadat if you wanted to. You'd have to hold Duck if you did that. But yeah, I like
yeah.
Brezhnev here.
Unless you double down on your France play here and put, well, no, you're not gonna
Okay, well,
put
that's
anything
fine.
anyway.
That's not that bad because now we can dump Sadat to the trap. And we are out
Oh,
in one.
yeah. And now Max has a choice, either coup or secure France here.
Yeah, I think I'd coup. I
Yeah,
think,
if you could say you hear that, or maybe if he has a big card, try to coup into Mexico.
yeah. Oh,
Or
just going to go with a two
okay,
op coup, presumably in Zaire. Oh, it rolls a
yeah, well,
one. Oh,
one,
that's a brutal one, but not that bad. Um,
it's enough.
that's enough. Okay. And Roger says, okay, I will take my 10 VPs.
Yeah,
So you hate to roll those ones in Africa on those two op coups, but that was one that was not too bad. Um, and oh, there's VOA. Wow.
it have it.
And sure enough, South America is empty.
Yeah, yeah,
And now, I guess if I'm Roger now under Brezhnev, we have ops to fight for France. So I would just start jamming France.
yeah. I mean, you have two, guilt-free four-ups here. You two, cultural.
Yep. And not only that, we have China if we
Yeah,
really
true.
need it. I mean, this was Roger's plan. He jammed France when he could have prevented that from happening in South America. But instead, and I think three Venezuela, one Brazil would have been much better than two each.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
now Max, okay, Max says, you know what? You can have France, but I'm going to get into South America first.
so do you try some real lines here?
I don't think I
Or
would. I think I like
yeah,
this better. Yeah. Secure Nigeria,
yeah,
Colombia, and then France. I think I like this better.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree.
So Max is going to spread out in South America. Now he's going to take Zaire. Okay, Max finally is going to wave the white flag in France.
Well, that does free up Suez a little bit for him, but um, well, I mean, Europe is unseen and or still coming in the mid-war, and that's a 6-point flip, or 6-point VP swing there. So I don't hate taking France there, but I still disagree with the D-stall earlier.
Yeah, and I agree with you. He got France. Roger got France. So that's France is arguably the most important battleground on the board. It often swings the most VPs. But you gave up Zaire to do it. He could have put a second one in Zaire, and then he wouldn't have been cleared out. And then he gave up pretty much all of South America. He got a D-stall turn three with plenty of ops. All of South America could be red now, and instead it's going to become blue.
And now those non-battlegrounds in Europe are becoming important again.
Yeah, you're right about that. So Max now has to worry about being dominated in Africa. Roger, meantime, wants mill ops, and I don't think he's going to get them.
Yeah, looks like Max isn't gonna give it to him for free here.
He could coup Costa Rica, I suppose, but I don't know that that's really that exciting.
Yeah, I don't know either. Uh, you really need a situation where those two ops couldn't have been spent better elsewhere.
Yep. Okay. Roger is going to give the Pope.
Uh, hmm.
He's going to take the Costa Rica coup. Man, I think I would I don't know. I don't like giving the Pope, as anyone who watches my stream knows. Um, but if we're going to, I might flip Zaire instead um, of wasting the three ops just to get the mill ops VPs. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Matthias? Would you say, you know what, well, I need these VPs, or would you space, or would you do something else with the three ops?
No, I don't think we're. I mean, VPs are always nice, but looking at the board, Max's best region Asia scored. South America could become, um, well, could quickly become a disaster. But currently we're up 5. I wouldn't be in a rush to secure VPs right now. I think if we play the Pope, I would definitely retake Poland.
Yeah, so that's exactly what Roger did. He played the Pope and just put two of the ops back in Poland. I don't understand that. If he was gonna, if we are gonna do that, I think I would have just spaced it or space duck and held the Pope.
Yeah, also, yeah, you were right. We still have the space option.
And now, yeah, now we're not going to space. So we are not going to stop any double space from Max. Now we have four ops from Kennedy, and I absolutely would flip Zaire here. It is
Yeah.
notable that Max just drew Southeast Asia, and he scored it for only 2 for himself. He could have easily gone Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines to get 3 more VPs immediately, but he just didn't have the ops. And perhaps that's fortunate for Max because he spent those ops filling up South America, which is far more important.
Yes. But now Max could, this is AR7, could go to Uruguay here, set up the threat of taking Argentina next turn. He's now threatened a little bit in Africa with Angola sitting there.
Yep, I absolutely would go to Uruguay here. I
Yeah,
like
he
that,
does.
and I like that. Yep, I like that play
Yeah,
from Max.
yeah.
So Angola going to be really important here. Is Roger going to get one of the Angola cards? He does not, but he gets some other good stuff.
There's Allende, gets us some access down there. The bottom half of South America. Quagmire is here, could be a good headline.
Yeah, boy, I think I really like Allende because if Max headlines Grain and then Coos, we get Chile and Argentina.
Yes, that's true.
Quag is fine, but then yeah. I think I like Allende here. Allende seems really important to me, but Quag is fine too.
Yeah, I remember it's Defectors back in the deck.
Good
Oh,
question. I
Heinze.
think I
It was
think
played on
Defectors
turn
was
2, right?
redrawn turn 3.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Okay, so
Okay.
tries the coup. So now we have to play Allende on AR1, right?
Yes. Now it's just he's so Max is in the Quagmire. I think this is an easy LND event here.
Yeah, you've got to do this.
Yeah.
But now if Max gets out in 1, Quagmire essentially didn't do much of anything, and an Allende headline would have accomplished more. Yeah, Quagmire. Now we have to follow this up by taking Chile.
Yes.
Quagmire a little bit wasted there, but of course Roger couldn't have known that Max was headlining Junta. But given the speed that Max picked his headline, Junta or Grain, you had to think was likely.
Yeah. Um. Roger still has brush. Could go Venezuela, or I'm looking at Thailand, Pakistan. Because
Yeah,
Venezuela is a little bit more urgent since the region isn't scored.
yeah. So do you like Venezuela, but then you risk Colombia getting cooed? Okay, well, nope. Okay. Or I was going to say, do you like maybe even Argentina, which might be a safer choice? Give you both battlegrounds there, down there, ensure South America's a draw, or would you go for the Asia, the more valuable region, even though it's scored?
I would look at the odds. So both of those roles would be a 50-50, right? If you look at Pakistan or Thailand currently, and compared to Venezuela, all of those three would be 50-50, and then I would play for the more urgent region. So I would probably go Venezuela here with Brush.
Yep, I think I would. Now you hit Venezuela. You
Uh,
do need to also win a Colombia coup war.
True.
Max. Okay, so Roger here. Yeah, he's going to want to fill up these Middle East battlegrounds. They've been kind of sitting there the whole time. Now with all the South American countries filled up, Max, for his part, he's going to want to take South Africa, which would give him Dom.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I was also looking at Algeria for as a potential brush target. It's a full strength brush and it would flip Africa Dom.
Yep. Max with just
Oh, one
one.
up into Greece. Interesting.
And that's actually quite timely because Roger now can't take both of those countries with Marshall.
True. Yeah, that's something the USSR sometimes like to do.
So now, 5 countries in Europe for Roger. Max with just 3 at the moment, I believe, because UK isn't filled. But now just
Yeah,
2 ops takes Canada and UK and stops
exactly. I think
Dom.
this Marshall should give Max the ammunition he needs to fight for Europe Dom. Or not Dom, but for canceling the Dom.
Yeah. And we still haven't spaced. I would have liked to have spaced either the Pope or Duck last turn.
No, I'm with you there, Justin. I would have spaced the Pope. It was essentially an event repair turn or action round, and space was still an option. So I think I would have spaced.
Yeah, and you stop Max's double space, so hitting on the roll with a 2/3 chance is important. Yeah, and now you find yourself in a position where you're giving Marshall, where you're also fighting for Europe Dom. That's a very bad combination. Now Max is going to have a much easier time fighting off this Dom.
That one up into Greece, does that necessarily tell you that Max might be having or holding Europe scoring here?
Yeah, he might. I think that does make sense that he might have it. And meantime, I assume that even with Ace just scored, Roger wants to trigger IP War, and he's going to want to play Brush for Ops. The question is where. We've debated that. So we'll see what Max comes up with.
Yeah.
Max also wants to take South Africa.
Yes, he definitely wants to take South Africa now. He also dumped South African unrest into the Quagmire, so one of his Angola attack cards are gone now.
Yep,
That makes it.
that's right. I also do want to point out that EEU is a little bit uncomfortable for Roger. East Germany's at 4. Poland is at 1-5 with the Pope in effect, and Yugoslavia could end up being an important country in this Dom fight. So EEU is...
Yeah, you're not wrong here. And keep in mind, both Comic-Con and Warsaw are gone.
Yeah.
So you're not getting any free strength on those East European battlegrounds.
All right, let's see what Max decides to do. Presumably this will be 2 ops stopping down. Okay, no, he's going to go Flower Power.
Okay.
Stop the Dom 1 in South Africa. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. And
we have nothing Roger has nothing to say about that. If Max has Europe, he's going to stop this Dom.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we're fighting. We're not fighting for that Europe Dom. Just turn our attention to other unscored regions here.
Yep. So we're going to space, and then we're going to try a couple of wars.
Yeah.
Okay, so that says Max does not have Europe. He certainly would have just scored it rather than triggering independent reds. Here's a big roll.
Yeah.
Oh, and he gets it.
Oh boy.
Oh, he gets it.
And it completely flips the Dom around. That's although Max has access to all the Southeast Asian countries, he can potentially fight for country county, but it's a very big swing.
Yeah, theoretical 10 VP swing plus 2 for the war. Max should be able to stop Dom, but wow, what a huge roll. And interesting, he goes for Pakistan, which is now protected from future IP wars. Usually when Pakistan and India are equal odds, players will go for India instead. Oh, and a full strength brush, and it hits! Oh, two huge war rolls here for Roger. Totally change the complexion of this game.
Yeah, but now look at Zaire. Max just set up some realign attempts there.
Okay, big roll. Max needed a huge roll there, and he got it. Okay, and there's why Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
but there is why Max triggered independent reds because he knew he was going to have to give Romanian.
Yeah, that
Um,
makes sense now. I was a little bit perplexed by
yep.
that, but it makes sense now.
Okay. Well, here's a hand I like to call a lot of good, lot of bad. ABM is nice to see. Portuguese is nice to see. Arms race is nice to see, but you've also got some problems.
Portuguese gives you Dom in the headline. Um, if ABM Missile Envy is gone, I believe Max cooed with it
Correct.
on turn 4, so there's no threat from that.
Yes, I prefer
Um,
holding on to ABM because we can use Portuguese to get ourselves Dom in the headline, I think. Like you said, I think I like
yeah,
Portuguese as the headline. The risk, of course, is that Max headlines South America, but I doubt we'll
true.
see that. Max probably has something better.
Yeah, CRG is still out there as well. Although the red battlegrounds are overprotected currently in Africa.
Yeah, CRG surprisingly not that. No, CRG does give Max Dom. Oh, he does headline South America. Terrible read by me once again. Uh, oh, Matthias, you got to stop me from talking here. But terrible read by
Well,
me once again, and Max picks up his Dom.
well, it's the curse of the commentator. We also don't know what Max is holding.
Yeah. Now,
So
to be fair, if Roger had headlined ABM and rolled on a battleground, he would have had to completely flip it to stop Dom. It would have only been a 50-50 shot to stop Dom.
oh, the flip. Okay.
Interesting. Going to go with
Uh,
the Max going with a double flip. And the fact
yeah,
that
interesting.
Max headline to scoring might indicate that he has another one.
Yes, so 2 left, Africa, Middle East. Well, no, sorry, Europe as well.
Yep. So Max is going to overprotect both Zaire and Angola and probably take another. Yeah, he's going to stop Dom in the Middle East, and he's going to be very sad to see ABM here.
Yeah.
As ABM is a full 8 VP flip here.
He does coup into a potential realign situation either
Yep.
way there, but I still think I would have
I
done
think,
the
yeah, that's the
same.
right play. He's cooing into Angola, which is realignable at -1. Zaire would have been realignable at
Yeah.
-2. Oh, and Max is going to
Yeah.
score the Middle East. So I wonder if he's. So now you've got to take Botswana, right? But the question is, what do you take
Yes,
it
I
with?
agree. I agree. Yeah, so now we're down to this part of the hand that you mentioned, which are the lot of bad.
Yeah. So Rogers got to
Uh,
take Botswana to protect Angola, I would think.
um, it hurts me looking at those East European battlegrounds getting weaker and weaker.
Yeah, and
But
Warsaw gone. But I think this is right. I hate it for Roger, but I think it's right.
yeah, no, I agree.
And boy, Roger had, I mean, Max too, though, had all kinds of time to fill up those Middle Eastern battlegrounds, and he didn't do it. So Max gets out of Middle East for -1, gets out of Europe for -1. And I
Yeah,
wonder
you're
if
right.
Max
It's
also has
similar.
Africa.
I think if he does, we'll probably see a ooh, Saharan states or something.
Yeah,
But
coup of Saharan states does stop Dom for the
instead of a
moment.
potential realliance of
Oh,
Nigeria. Okay, he's
my
just gonna drop.
goodness. 4 scoring cards for Max. That is a killer for him.
Yeah. Wow.
Overall, points wise, it's not really that bad because he gave up 4 in Africa and 1 in the Middle East, 1 in Europe. So that's 6, and he got 5 in South America. So he only lost 1 VP, but he had to spend his whole turn scoring while Roger was able to actually accomplish stuff and trigger events like ABM and arms race.
But I wonder what he's holding because he needs mill ups anyway here. So I don't
That's
know if he has
true.
a clean 2 to take a coup in Saharan states first. I don't know. Just try that.
That's true. Yeah, and really, Roger's only card he could have used to fight with was puppets, and then Max could have used puppets to take Sudan, Ethiopia. Um,
Mhm.
so I wonder what Max. We're about to find out. We don't need to wonder. We're about to find out what he has.
Yeah.
But I agree. I would have cooed Saharan states before Africa, before dropping Africa. We know Max doesn't have any more scorings. We do know that much.
Yeah. Wow. He did have two fours to go along with them, but still, that's rough. And now I totally agree with headlining a scoring card there.
Okay, well, you couldn't use that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
makes sense. You could not you could not use Cambridge for that coup.
Wow, that's Cambridge is usually one of those cards that isn't too bad for the US, but this turn it was, hidden behind four scoring cards.
Yep. Also, Max can space. Two VPs are sitting out there for him. The usual four VP swing. Roger tried and missed. So I wonder if Max will space on his AR6, or his AR7 rather.
Yeah.
I think I would have gone Panama there rather than Mexico, hoping I could realign Mexico later. But okay, we'll see what Max has here.
Mm,
Oh boy. Okay, and use Surrey. So he could have cooed Saharan states with use Surrey, but it seems like a
yeah.
big waste of a powerful card. Okay, here we go, and this is a bunch of stuff that Max would have liked to have. Purge obviously is great, but A for P is four VPs in
Yes.
itself. Okay, so good stuff for the US would have. Bad break for Max that these strong US cards didn't come out till turn 7, but there will be some problems here for Roger to deal with.
Oh, for sure. OPEC currently sitting at just two VP. Once again, he hasn't gotten around to filling those Middle Eastern battlegrounds. Goes with the Purge.
Yep,
I
these
think
cards, these
that's,
problems are a lot easier to deal with Max purged than with Roger purged.
yeah, very true, very true.
So what does Max have in his hand? I think Max has Gunman, right?
Oh, you're right. He does have gunmen, and we know that um, Kennedy is gone. That was invented earlier. Salt. Have we seen Salt?
I
He
don't
might
think
have
we've
Salt
seen.
too.
We have not.
Yeah,
And
there it
okay, and a
is.
good play by Max, knowing Purge was coming. The discard is otherwise empty.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. But
So
I think,
Max, yeah,
yeah,
knew Purge was
that's
coming.
yes. But my guess is that he also want to use it to dump gunmen.
Yep. So now Roger has to coup. He has to coup to protect France. Okay, he gets one into
Yes,
Thailand with a big China card coup.
yes.
Max is purged. He wants to dump gunmen. So will he do it now is the question. Probably give up a coup in Africa and then take one of his own. No, he's going to use purge for influence and just take Thailand. Okay.
Interesting. Still coolable. DEFCON at 4.
Yeah, under
Um,
salt with DEFCON at 4.
Also, if you crew that, Max has to give gunman next AR.
Yeah. Max also might say, you know what, I'll hold gunmen into the late war. I
Well,
don't
yeah.
care because
Now he's
I'm
getting
behind.
China.
Given
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that man, the IP war role and the brush war role were both so huge. Flipped
Yes,
two
two big
regions.
roles. Yeah, he's gotten a fair amount of VPs from the wars. Korean War was also another two.
Right. Korean War, IP War, and Brush
Not
War
as
all going in his favor.
not as consequential, obviously, but still.
Okay. Thinking about a one op coup in Thailand. If you're just gonna coup with a 2, which is lower to a 1, I would just go in Africa, I think, and give up on Thailand.
Yeah.
You're still up in Asia 3 battlegrounds to 2 at the moment.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with as Roger here looking at Asia. I think I'm okay how it looks.
Are there any realignments that could have been done? Okay, he is going to go for that, and he's going to miss. Well, that one he would have missed in Africa anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Not really. You could realign India at even, but I don't
Yeah,
think that's too
not
exciting.
much there. Okay, Mac's going to give up gunman. He's going to show a hand that is not very good. So blockade, he's purge. He's going to have to Dump
Well,
Muslims
he
or
doesn't
we.
have two fours to
Yeah,
dump blockade.
yeah. So the lone gunman will be another coup in Zaire. I think you're going to need a big number. You're going to need a 5 in
Well, that's
Zaire.
essentially a zero up coup.
Yep. I think you're going to need a 5 in Zaire to flip it. Doesn't get it. Max will just fix that.
Yeah.
So you could see a flip with OPEC.
Um, Now it's the time to space.
Yeah, both players need to space. Both players have cards
Uh,
to space.
yeah, it's that, or obviously, as you suggested, he could flip Zaire here.
Okay, misses on the Space
Okay,
Alliance. I think that was the right card to space. Because
I
that
agree
even if you
that.
use it to poke, that's still 3 VPs and puts you under war games. Now Max trying to get space. He misses.
Yeah.
Max is going to have to presumably have to give Che, which I'm sure is annoying for him. Although I think he could hold it.
Mm, yeah, but uh, no, he wants to give blockade, right?
Yes, but because he triggered Salt,
Oh, you're
he
right.
can
Yes, so he
still
does
hold
have
a
the option
card
to
if he
hold
wants
something.
to.
Yes, you are right. Yes, yes.
But yeah, a tough hand with both Blockade and Gunman while purged.
Yeah. And right here now in a situation where he's overprotecting battlegrounds while opponent is purged. So that's usually not a big concern, but I guess it's really just not a whole. I mean, he could still fill Saudi Arabia here.
Yeah, and Roger only has one bad region. He's dominated in South America, but he's ahead battlegrounds in all of the other 5, and he's up 8 on the board. He has mill ops, grain is spaceable, and CIA is gone. Roger's in a great spot here.
Yeah, I like his position here for sure. Max is. There are still outs. DEFCON, he's holding on to China. He has China for now, and as we talked about, those European battlegrounds are a little bit weak.
Yep. Big swing and a miss on Omit for Max. Okay, he does dump We Will Bury You, obviously. But he misses on the coup.
Um, Wonder if we could give colonials here. Would that be completely crazy?
So you're going to give colonials here. Max is going to do what? He's going to overprotect Thailand and Zaire. He'll put 1 into Angola, um, and 1 in probably an African. Probably 1 in Nigeria. That's not. That's
Yeah.
really not that bad.
No, it doesn't seem like the end of the world. Um, and then hold on to. We played China, right? So yeah, so Brighter is also holding 2 cards here.
Yep. And so now OPEC is 3. You're going to give up the 2 with Nixon, which I think is fine because you're going to trigger OPEC for 3, bring it to 9, well within War Games range. And
Yeah.
then you're going to have to give one of these bad cards. Maybe it's nuke subs, although I guess you could hold nuke subs for DEF CON purposes.
True. True. But it does under salt, so it makes a coup a little bit weaker, although um, it'd still be dangerous in Africa. Because a successful coup on either of the 1 steps would it flip Dom? I think it would flip Dom. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it was that turn 6 that really did Max in here. I feel like before turn 6, I don't know if Max was ahead, but this game was very close. But then Roger spent turn 6 being aggressive, doing flipping Angola with ABM, flipping Pakistan with IP war, flipping Algeria with brush war, and Max just spent the turn dumping out scoring cards. And
Yes.
he has
And
not
that
recovered.
as you mentioned, that IP war once again was very consequential. He has managed to get out of the Central American control even, now with good realigned targets on Cuba.
Yeah, just one roll though. Okay, gets
True.
2 out. Uh,
It does set up Dom, so I don't. Well, it's a Mexican coup then in Africa, but then Asia's,
yeah,
you know,
I think I would ignore this in coup if I were Max, as long as I have a suitable card with which to do so.
yeah,
I'm fine with this as well.
yes.
Yeah, I don't think
So
I want
Max
to be
has,
in a position where I have to both refill Cuba and coup out Nicaragua and Haiti. Now, to be fair, we know Max has Che. We know Max has Che.
true.
I don't remember the other card that he has.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's Arms
don't.
Race.
Oh, arms race.
Okay,
Okay.
so he does have a suitable card with which to coup. He needs a decent roll here, and he doesn't get it. I mean, he was purged and salted, so he needed at least a 4 on that Angola coup, and he comes up empty. That's could be a big roll.
Yeah, that would have flipped Dom.
Okay, and oh boy, nice
Okay,
hand
here's
here.
War
War
Games.
Games is huge.
Yeah, a lot of good. Iron Lady could currently flip Argentina with a, I believe it's not overprotected. Reformer is at full strength.
Yeah, and I think Reformer can just nicely go into the Eastern European countries.
Yeah. And boy, what could Max? Max needs 3. He needs to find 3 VP immediately to
Yep,
get out of this war game.
Max needs to have South America, really.
Yeah, essentially South America. Not even a space would do it for him. Okay.
NTB. Okay.
Well, that's one. That's one, and it raises DEFCON.
Interesting. Okay. Makes France realignable, but he's going to be sad that no longer is it realignable.
Yeah.
In fact, now West Germany's realignable.
True.
But I think Roger is very happy with just 3 European battlegrounds. Yeah, I would like to get at least one into East Germany here. At least one.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we are holding teardown though, with space if we get to that, but
Yeah. Okay. Flips Thailand. Now back to domination in Asia.
oh yeah, this is looking really tough for Max.
Yeah. Now, a small quibble here. I would have cooed Zaire because because Asia was never going to be positive for Max, but Africa could if he gets massively outrolled. All right, well, it doesn't matter. Max coos Thailand back. I would just concede Thailand and coup Africa here. We have war
Yeah,
games. Although to be fair, I don't know that I would give Iron Lady here. Because
That's
Max
1 point.
can space. Max can space to get onto the threshold.
Yeah, and I believe there are other cards that could also give him. Oh, he tried to coup. Okay.
He tries to coup it out. That's interesting. Okay, maybe he did that because he's playing a little 5D chess here, and he wants to tempt Max into fixing that and not spacing.
Yeah. No, I do see he wants to get, he wants to load DEFCON as soon as possible, but
And that's not going to do it.
yeah. Well, there we go.
All right, and a nice win here for Roger. Congratulations to him and to your conference.
Yeah, go Torun.
Yeah, the Torun Conference takes this one. Again, folks, I apologize. I can't give you the full state of the series at this moment because we don't know the order in which these games will be broadcast. But this was an interesting game. I think we liked Roger's position throughout, but it was certainly an interesting one, and I think I think featured some interesting plays for us to talk about.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think Max had a very strong early war, at least the first couple of turns. We didn't see any D cards in Roger's hand. But boy, later that was a turn 6 with 4 scoring cards in Max's hand, and those wars going Roger's way was just a complete swing of the board.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It was turn 6, and I believe Angola, Pakistan, and Algeria were flipped, and then Max was playing scoring cards and not really doing anything, and that was just so important. Yeah, just Max was not able to recover from that. And so he did get South America Dom off, which I think if Roger had used D-Stall differently, I think the South America could have been red instead of blue, but that's not the world we lived in. But still, very tough for Max.
Well, it's a little bit unlucky as well, Max, here with the timing of the scorings. For instance, Central America coming out right on turn 4. If that came out later, you might have time to do some realigns and try to fix that a little bit. But that's Twilight Struggle.
Yep, that it is. And to be fair, I criticized Roger for his extremely aggressive D-Stall into Central America, but it did immediately pay off for him. It hurt him in South America, but he got 10 VPs out of it in Central right away to switch the VP tracker from blue 5 to red 5. So that certainly wasn't nothing. None of the scorings came back on turn 7 or turn 8. But if this one had gone to final, it was pretty clearly going to be Roger's game. Certainly a fun one to call. Thanks for joining me on this one, Mathias. Any final thoughts before we wrap up?
This was indeed a pleasure, and I was happy to be here commentating this on you. I'm very excited to see how the rest of the All Stars games will go and get a final decision on who's the better conference.
Indeed. I look forward to that as well. I know we'll have all of the All-Star games for you right here on Action Round Zero. Again, order still to be determined as of this recording, but we'll have them all for you. And hopefully Mathias and I will be on the call for some other ones as well. And of course, you can see the games that we play on here as along with those, of course, commented by other folks. So we will get to that as soon as we can. But that's going to do it for our coverage of this Twilight Struggle game. Thank you to Max and Roger for playing this game in a timely fashion, getting us this video. Thanks to Mathias for joining me on commentary. Thanks to Anton Scott, our executive producer, for keeping us online and on the air. And thanks most of all to you for listening. We hope you enjoyed this game as much as we enjoyed bringing it home to you. But until next time, for Mathias Heinze, for Anton Scott, this is Justin Abramson signing off for now. That was fun, but now it's done. So long, everybody.
I heard a young father, a very prominent young man in the entertainment world, addressing a tremendous gathering in California. It was during the time of the Cold War, and communism and our own way of life were very much in people's minds, and he was speaking to that subject. And suddenly, though, I heard him say, I love my little girls more than anything, and I said to myself, oh no, you can't, don't say that. But I had underestimated him. He went on, I would rather see my little girls die now, still believing in God, than to have them grow up under communism and one day die no longer believing in God.